Okay, so in absence of President Durhofer, I would entertain a motion from one of the commissioners to nominate a president pro tem.
I would like to nominate Jim Ballou to be president pro tem.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the Vernon Hills Park District regular board meeting of March 28, 2019. I need a roll call, please.
Commissioner Kessler,
Here.
Commissioner Robbins.
Here.
Commissioner Mullane, Commissioner Blue.
Present. Would everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first item this evening is the omnibus vote agenda. Items under the omnibus vote agenda are considered routine and or non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. If a separate vote on any one item is desired, it will be pulled from the omnibus vote agenda and voted on separately. Items on the omnibus vote agenda this evening are A, minutes of the special board meeting of February 28, 2019, B, minutes of the regular board meeting of February 28, 2019, and C, payables, Les Granger, and payroll through March 28, 2019 in the amount of $638,416.89. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kessler,
Yes.
Commissioner Blue,
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins.
Yes.
All right, great. Next up is financial reports for the period ending February 28th of this year. Marla, are there any changes or additions to the financial reports? And if are they currently on file?
Everything's good, thank you.
All right, great. Next up is our welcome to visitors and guests public comment period. Seeing no great rush to the podium, we'll move on. Unfinished business we have none this evening. So up next are reports and communication. Executive Director Jeff Fugeru, please.
Okay, thank you. You have several items on the agenda tonight for board approval and adoption. The playground recommendation for installation at the Aquatic Center as well as Gardenian Playground. Just an update on Century Park South that the contractor's back out, getting things cleaned up and spreading, and we've got some excavation scheduled for next week, a little more, and then thereafter they'll start bringing in some topsoil, and I did have a request from Commissioner Mullane that he wanted to go out to the site just to meet me out there. Just once again, I made the same offer to any of you. If you want to meet out there anytime, day, night, weekend, just let me know so that you can get a better perspective of how the visual is going to be with, look, let's face it, that site it's a concert setting. It's not necessarily a recreational area anymore for any kind of open play. It's based on how we want things to look from the perspective of Ribfest and Summer Celebration, and then also for future events we're going to do at the Century Park South site. So let me know. You have the budget resolution, which we're asking. We have a 30-day viewing period for the public, and that'll commence on April 18th. More than compliant with our May 24th scheduled board meeting when we would officially approve the budget and appropriation ordinance. You have contracts before you tonight in form of a motion for the new kindergarten facility. Again, more of a formality that's already been adopted by the school board, and because we are the proprietor of the property and the future facility, it's a statute request that we have the park board approve that as well. We've got a couple items in closed session we'll talk about tonight. Early congratulations to Commissioner Kessler on her election next Tuesday evening. All you got to do is vote for yourself, Cindy, and you're good to go.
Let's say somebody still has to vote.
I'm sure there's plenty of early voters that already take care of that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah. And Jared Scheineman, I know Amy sent a note out to the board. He's the consultant that's going to be doing our community survey. He's asked, he'll be here on April 9th all day. And so if you have time to come and meet him, that'd be great. He'll spend a few minutes with you. If you cannot, he's happy to talk to you on the phone. We did send you some sample surveys of Jared's work, and so you can maybe look at some of those questions, and they may help you with it. Just may strike a chord and go, that's a good question. I'd like to see that placed on our survey. Certainly anything's, we're open, we're fair game in terms of maybe some information that you as an individual and then maybe even collectively as a board you'd like to see us gather with our public. Lastly, just congratulations. I want to congratulate Jeff Steingart, who is our fire chief, Countryside Fire Chief. Jeff's last day is Sunday, this upcoming March 31st. He's been with the fire department for a long time, and they're doing a community recognition for him. I think it's Wednesday, I want to say the 17th of April, and it starts like mid-afternoon. So myself, some other staff will probably be attending that celebration for Jeff. And Chuck Smith, who was one of the deputy chiefs, is going to be promoted to the new chief. We work very closely with Chuck. We're really happy about that transition. They've been great partners for us as a park district. That would conclude my report. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Jeff? All right, thanks. Next up, Finance and HR Superintendent, Marla.
Marla had to check out. She's not feeling well, so I just excused her.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
fair enough.
So I'd be happy. I think most of the stuff we
That was
went
rather stealthy.
Yes,
Stealthy.
yes. Any questions? I mean, anything in the report? Most of what you got in the report was from our budget workshop prior to this meeting.
No. Any questions? Okay. Thank you, Jeff. All right, next up, Recreation Superintendent Tom Ritter.
Thank you. I was on vacation last week, so my report's on the dais there for you. Just put it on your desk. Adult softball, co-ed and men's softball. Registration is currently being accepted. Deadline to register is April 16th. Packets are available at the Sullivan Center. Returning teams should have received it via email. The season begins the week of April 29th. We would like to remind our residents to sign up for the Luca Lakes 5K run and walk. It's our annual event. We usually have somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 runners and walkers. And that's Saturday, April 27th at 9 a.m. at Century Park. This year we have added a stroller category, so if anybody wants to come out and push their stroller, we'll give you your own private category there. You have to compete with all the people without one. You can register either in person, you can register at our website, vhparkdistrict.org, or at active.com. Immediately after that event, we will be holding our annual free family kite fly, which continues to, sometimes you can't explain things, it continues to soar. Yeah, no pun intended there. It used to be, and I've said this before, but it used to be an event of 25, 30, 40 people, and it's been 100 plus lately. According to Cassidy from social media, the social media of interested that people are putting, I think she said there was 900 people that expressed interested. Now I know they're not all going to show up, but I'm a little concerned that they're all going to fit up at the island shelter. So we look forward to seeing you, hoping for great weather. Again, that's at 11 a.m. on the 27th of April. We do purchase kites. I should say, have kites available for purchase. Naturally, it's first come, first serve because we don't know how many people are going to show up. We are going to order more kites this year based on the last 2 years we've sold out. Our plan right now is to have 100 kites. If you have your own, please bring it. Community gardens, another sign of spring. This coming Sunday, March 31st at 9 p.m. is the deadline to get in the lottery for a garden plot. If they will be notified the week of April 1st if they got a plot in the location that they requested. Open registration begins April 8th. We have 60 plots total. At this point, I think we received about 40 applicants, which is normal. We end up getting close to sold out every spring, which will come when the walk-ins begin. There's 36 plots at Indian Wood Road, the north end of Century Park. We have 15 plots at Century Park Boat Docks and 9 at Hartman Park. This one's taken some effort this year, but I'm really happy that we're able to get our Recycle-A-Rama event back again. That's where we collect primarily electronics, but we also take in latex paint, eyeglasses, hearing aids, textiles, shoes, and then with the support of State Representative Didich, we'll also have the paper shredder there, which has become a very integral part of that event. They usually fill that shredding truck in the first hour or so of the event. It's very popular. So the date is Saturday, May 18th, and it's from 9 a.m. to noon. It will continue to be in the east parking lot at Hawthorne Mall. So thank you to Hawthorne Mall for providing the facility. And the support comes from the village, Vernon Township, Swelco, I mentioned State Representative Didich, and this year Advanced Disposal. Advanced Disposal is helping us get the equipment and the transportation to get the electronics collected and recycled. So appreciate all of their support. There is a fee connected to the latex paint. It's $1 for a quart of paint, $3.50 for a gallon of paint, and $10.50 for a 5-gallon bucket of paint. They take cash or credit on site. We've typically had 400 cars each year. In the last couple of years, it's been closer to 700 or 800 cars. So as long as there's demand, I'd like to keep supplying the event. So we're looking forward to that again. Good news, bad news, our Hoppin' Holiday Hunt event on April 20th is sold out. So glad everyone's coming out, but sorry there's no more availability. On the other hand, we've added this year the Kids Castle Dragon Egg Hunt, which is basically a flashlight egg hunt at dusk the night before. So it's Friday, April 19th from 7 to 8 p.m. It was advertised for 9 to 12-year-olds. We've had quite a few inquiries for 8-year-olds, so we've expanded it to 8 to 12-year-olds. It's a $3 fee. You need to register in advance, but looking forward to that new looking forward to that new event.
Yeah.
And finally, another new event I'm really excited about is our farmers market, which will be starting. It's going to be on Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. And it starts on June 6th, and this will be at the new Century Park South location. And it's going to run through August 29th. Our goal is to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 to 15 different vendors, and we have currently 10 that have committed to our event. So we feel real comfortable that we'll get to that 12 to 15 for our first time venture, and it should be fun. So and that's my report. Let's see if you have any questions.
How are we promoting that farmer's market?
It is in our brochure, but we'll also do heavy social media. Anything else you can think of that?
Yeah, we were waiting to get a little bit more of a list so that for it to get,
Sorry.
Jack wanted us to wait till he actually had his list of people, like we're almost there. I think on the website, I list who is confirmed. I think we have 8. I probably need to add a couple since there's 10 now. But we're going to be doing some probably print advertising in the local papers, social media, e-blasts, the whole bit. Yep.
I question whether these vendors might have a list of followers of their own. Mm-hmm. They may help promote it as well to have them come out to our event. So we feel good about it.
Okay, great. Any other questions for Tom? Okay, thanks, Tom. Next up, Park Superintendent James Kidd.
Good evening. I just want to start with telling the public that the Park District does have an ordinance not to feed wildlife on our property. And we've had some residents ask about ducks, geese, and unfortunately coyotes, so please stop feeding coyotes. We were scheduled to open our shelters and our outdoor drinking fountains the weekend of April 13th. We have Lake County Public Works coming out Monday, April 8th to help us out with our meters and our turning on our water. A playground update. We received both the Kelly Garbanian Playground and the Family Aquatic Center Playground. We're starting demo on the Family Aquatic on Monday and heading over to Garbanian afterwards to the public. I know a lot of people were at Garbanian, so they received a lot of emails. The temporary construction fence will be starting to be erected on Tuesday, April 2nd, and the contractor has until May 15th to finish. We all expect that will not be the case. It'll be closer to the end of April, if you're wondering. If you need more information, please call the Sullivan Center or contact the Parks Department. There is a yard sign out at Garbanian if you would like to see what the playground looks like. Environmental Committee notes. we're having our third annual Earth Day, Monday, April 22nd, from 4:30 to 6:30, over at the Century Park North Pavilion. It's a venue change from the maintenance shop. This year we focused on getting outside and enjoying nature. We'll be featuring a nature walk / scavenger hunts. There'll be some kids entertainment inside Century Park North, as well as a live animal display. Lake County Audubon Society has volunteered a bird watching in our newly created area. There's free kids fishing for those 16 and under at the pier. And then Illinois Department of Natural Resources Conservation and police officers will be on with their conservation trailer. It's a really cool display of pelts and stuffed animals. We'll have grocery bags, and we'll have a fun giveaway for anyone who semi-completes the scavenger hunt. We plan to post signs about our Central Park Arboretum. We're also going to have our Arbor Walk series. Our Monarch Way Station, which is located east of the community gardens, and our solar panel project at the park maintenance facility. And included in your board packets, there's a surplus ordinance and 2 recommendations. And that's my report. If there's any questions?
Any questions for James? No? Okay, thanks, James. Okay, next up, Facility Manager Joe Zimmerman.
Good evening. Active members for Lakeview as of the end of February were up to just north of 2,600 compared to about 2,400 in 2018. We also saw an uptick in member visits, personal training sessions, and group fitness attendance. Aquatic notes, we had 2 swimmers compete in the Winter Regional Championship meet in late February. One placed second in the 50-meter breaststroke. We also had 80 people come to tryouts the 1st of March. 60 new members, 20 current team members, and that was for 15 spots for new members. So that was encouraging to see that many people come out.
360.
Swim lessons were steady for the winter session, and we're expected to see an uptick in the spring season. Other notes, just another reminder about our group exercise email list. It is located at the front desk of Lakeview. You can sign up there. This will allow you to stay up to date with any cancellations, subs, changes to our group fitness programs. We also had a swim bag giveaway for members as we're getting rid of the plastic swim bags. It was a big hit. We gave away 100 bags in just about 4 days. We're also continuously replacing our signage, at least our temporary signage, with new permanent signage. Right now, we're concentrating on the pool area, and you should see some changes coming in the next couple of days. Social media in our building. If you see people taking pictures and video around the facility, it's our marketing team or our instructors. We are working closely with marketing to highlight our facility, classes, members, and staff more on social media. And I know just recently we had one video that had about, as of earlier today, 1,800 views, so that was great.
Nice.
Some class highlights. We are still trying to spread the word about plus size yoga on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. at Lakeview, through media and through just word of mouth. Saturday Zumba at 8 a.m. has been doing really well the past several weeks, getting between 20 and 35 participants. Metabolic Total Body on Sundays at 8:45 is also doing very well, and we've seen a lot of positive feedback for our instructor Megan. She teaches 3 high-intensity classes back to back. We also received a lot of compliments about Amanda, one of our water aerobics instructors. People have commented how fun and energetic she is while keeping the class challenging. The group's exercise schedule is posted on the Vernon Hills Park District website and is available at our front desk as well. That's all I have. If there's any questions.
Commissioner Kessler.
How many people do you think have signed up for your group email list, your group exercise email list?
I don't have an exact number, but quite a few. I would say north of 100.
Okay. I mean, given the amount of people that we have, I'm wondering, would it make sense to send out a constant contact email to everyone in the club to say, would you like to be part of this? I think people may be missing it at the front desk, and make it easy if they got a constant contact thing, if they could just fill out, join me, like a little link to say, add me to the list.
So a few months ago, we sent that out, but we haven't been consistent with it. So we are sending out another reminder this month, and we're going to keep it on our emails going forward. So it'll be at the bottom, which will just allow you, just a nice reminder to say, if you want to sign up for the group exercise emails, this is how you can do it. Hopefully what we got to think about how either just have them go to the front desk to sign up, or maybe a Google Doc, but.
Or if there's a link that they can click on to, like, and a little web form where they just add their name, that way it makes it easy for you, it makes it easy for them. I guess I haven't seen it, because I would probably I would like to go, because I would like to know what's going on. Have you been sending out very many emails to that group?
Not a ton, because we haven't had that many
changes
that need to be sent out recently. It was more during the winter, there were a lot of cancellations due to the weather. So as of right now, it's been pretty steady and consistent. We haven't had to send out a lot of emails, which is a good thing.
Right.
But yeah, we'll figure out how to work that into the constant contact.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Any other questions? No? All right, thank you. Next up, Marketing Communications Manager, Cheryl Booman.
Good evening. Gold medal, human. Gold medal.
Thank you. Every time I
Let's
get it
let
wrong.
that go, but I saw Cindy. Gold medal application was submitted yesterday. And so we're going to wait. Finalists will be announced the week of May 6th. We, as a staff, we feel very confident. We thought it was a really good, solid application. So we'll just wait and keep our fingers crossed.
Your fingers crossed. Ready to go to Baltimore, Jim? Bruce?
Sure.
I wore my suit to Baltimore one other time. We didn't win.
So we have a couple.
Could continue right along.
I feel like this happens every month. But anyways, Lakeview just had a promotion in March. It was on St. Patrick's, or on that area. It was called It's Your Lucky Day promotion. So it was offered for one day to purchase a membership. So they did sell 28 new memberships valued at $8,000. There is a personal training special coming up the week of April 22nd through 28th. Lacey's done this a couple of years and it's been very successful. It's the 5 one-hour sessions for $199. I'm going to skip that one. We have a preschool postcard, oversized postcard going out to all families in the Vernon Hills area with kids ages 2 to 6 years old. It'll start going out on Monday, April 1st, announcing the new preschool year coming up and Dale's asking them to come out and take a tour and see what it's all about. Most importantly, this is a big subject, is I did submit our application for the July 4th parade. And we are going to be doing a farmer's market type of flatbed, but it's that giveaway. So talk amongst yourself, not now, and send me ideas. I know Jeff's brought up the idea, but we do have to order something probably in, maybe middle of May, to get it on time. So keep that in the back of your head. And a change on our website as of yesterday, I did take the sled skate tab off, and it's been changed to job openings. So it's easier for people seasonal, and all of our new hires, camps, and all that to go to our job area. So that's on the home page, a little tab. And that's really all I have for tonight.
Any questions for Cheryl?
You want to weigh in on any thoughts?
No, not right now. We'll do that now.
No? Okay. I listened to a few, and I do kind of like Commissioner Kessler's suggestion, just for what it's worth. We'll have to hear from her, though.
Bubbles.
Okay.
Okay, we'll look forward to that.
Surprise everyone, show up. It's going to be good.
Okay, so thank you, Cheryl. And next up, we don't have any commissioner or committee reports or communications this evening.
None.
And we have no board correspondence, so we move on to new business. First up is the Garvanian Playground and Family Aquatic Center sand playground installation bid recommendations. I need a motion to award Great Lakes Landscaping the contract to install the Garvanian Playground and the Family Aquatic Center sand playground in the amount of $42,245.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments, concerns?
I do have a question.
Yes.
Last month we talked about putting in a time frame. Is there any time frame that we put in with these contracts?
Yeah, this one has a time frame, but no reward penalty. It's a smaller amount. So we asked them to finish by May 10th at the pool, and I think May 15th at a Germanium. And that's well within reason, because we have the playground, we're not waiting on it anymore.
Okay, so no penalty for
No
them?
penalty, no reward for this one.
So, okay, so we did not choose to implement it for this one?
But there is a date at least, a substantial completion date.
Okay. But it's a I mean, it's not a,
It's
okay.
a suggestion.
Suggested, strongly suggested. Thank you.
All right, roll call.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Okay, passes. Next up is the village request for the use of the Century Park July 4th and July 18th and 21st. I need a motion to approve the request by the Village of Vernon Hills to use Century Park for their 2019 July 4th and summer celebration events.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes. Next up is a resolution authorizing display of the tentative fiscal year 2019-2020 Vernon Hills Park District budget and appropriation ordinance for public inspection. I have a motion to approve Resolution 2-19.
So moved.
Second.
Questions? Roll call.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes. Then I need to ask a motion to approve Ordinance 3-19, which is a utility tractor purchase recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Wait, that's
The
not a purchase though.
surplus is first.
Yeah.
Did I miss
Yeah,
one?
Do the ordinance.
Ordinance 319.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ordinance.
I got them mixed up. That's what you do when you don't wear your glasses. Hey, try to look good on camera, it does work. Okay, the ordinance 3-19, an ordinance declaring as surplus and authorizing the sale or other conveyance of surplus property of the Vernon Hills Park District, Lake County, Illinois. Can I have a motion to approve ordinance 3-19?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Now, the utility tractor purchase recommendation. Can I have a motion to award the purchase of the utility tractor to Burris Equipment in the amount of $35,609.13?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Next up is the Sullivan Center kindergarten contracts. I move to approve the contract for the bidders and their proposed contract amounts for bid release 1 and bid release 1A as listed in the attached letter of bid compliance prepared by Lamp Incorporated dated March 11, 2019, and to authorize the executive director or his designee to negotiate and execute said contracts. I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Questions?
I do have a question. Now, why is it our responsibility to approve this?
Because you're the owner of the property and the owner of the future building facility. Even though we have no financial commitment or obligation for the contracts, the statute requires because we own the property that we have to have our board adopt it.
And we have no liability issues if
So
these
that's all-
vendors don't perform?
That's all been laid out a couple of years ago. You had an IGA that you put forth with the school district, and
Mhm.
all those indemnification issues are cited within that agreement.
Roll call.
So, but my only question is, and I think you mentioned it in your report, and just to confirm that the school has viewed this is their recommendation, and we're just agreeing with them.
Correct,
Thank you.
correct.
Roll call.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes, please.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
All right, next up is the Sullivan Woods Stream Bank Services Recommendation. I need a motion to award Walt Hamilton in the amount not to exceed $88,800 to investigate.
8,800.
8,800, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not a period there. All right, $8,800 to investigate Sullivan Woods property boundary lines as well as to conduct a topography study of the Creek Bend Drive in Sugar Creek subdivision.
So moved.
Second,
Questions?
our purpose of doing this?
James, go ahead.
There's been significant erosion occurring between our property and the residents on Creek Bend. I'd estimate probably 10 years have been lost in the last 20 years, or 10 feet in the last 20 years, and it exponentiates. So it's just getting worse and worse. Jeff and I have kind of discussed with Dave Brown whose responsibility this would be, but if all of our property is lost and now the creek is carving away at their property, I don't know if that's a subject matter we want to get into. So this is the first step to see where is our lines, and then the topography is to determine which way the water can flow and if we can do any work on the stream bank, which would be immediately afterwards. Best case scenario is we could throw some rocks up against the shoreline, put some native seed blanket down, clear cut a little bit, and that might all we have to do, and we may not even have to get a permit for that.
Is there a way to find out whether we would be responsible if our land were to wash away?
I think the boundary survey is the first step.
That's what this project would do, is provide that
Clear information.
clear, succinct, because there's no defined within the topo work that we have currently on site, and so we've got to update that just so we can make sure. It's really impacting several residents' property, and we've been hearing about it for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
I don't disagree that it's doing that,
Mhm.
but is it the park district's responsibility to save their backyards? I guess is the question I have.
I don't know that I want to necessarily answer.
Okay, I'm just, I'm,
That's the question that, after we find out where our property line
Right.
ends.
but I mean, erosion happens everywhere.
Yes, it does.
I mean, just look at the folks on Lake Michigan. They used to have 500-yard backyards, and now they have 300-yard backyards.
This isn't a new creek either. It's been
Yeah.
there since.
So, that's the only reason I'm
I think
asking.
this is an effort, one, that we need to do this updated topo,
Mhm.
and for future potential implications, two, being good neighbors
Yeah.
and good stewards of our neighbors. So getting it defined, and then that's a conversation we'd have to have with the village in terms of support of that future bank, supporting
Okay.
that bank. It's, I mean, you can see it, I mean, in just a few years, how much, an individual, some of the property owners, like you said, are losing.
And it's under.
But I also remember when we had the Century Park North project, that the CV ditch was declared a federal navigable waterway or something along those lines that prevented us from doing any more shoreline restoration.
Well, it was designated a U.S. waterway by the
Right.
the Army Corps of Engineers.
But it's the same ditch.
Well, one's a lake, one's a,
Yeah, but it was that
No.
little section that went between the two lakes,
yes.
which goes into the lake, then it comes out and
Pretty-
becomes
Fair
this.
to say, Jim, we're pretty certain that the property that is eroding right now is our property.
Yes, that
Okay.
is
Yeah,
true.
and that's why we're coming to you with extending this expense
Okay.
to make sure.
Are they gonna come up with projections of what the expense would be?
No, they'll come up with just a mapping, and then it's our responsibility, then we'll work with the village in terms of, as James said, it may be the easiest, hopefully the easiest solution is we just drop some large rock or boulder along the shoreline to, keep that from eroding and move the water flow in a different direction.
Okay.
Okay.
So did I get a
Yeah, you
motion?
got a motion in a
Yep.
second.
All right.
Yes, you did.
I need a roll call, please.
Commissioner Kessler,
Yes.
Commissioner Blue,
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins.
Yes.
Okay, next up is the Grosse Pointe Park retaining wall recommendation. I need a motion to award Chicagoland Paving the Grosse Pointe Path/retaining wall restoration contract in the amount of $71,250.
So moved.
Second.
Questions?
This one, just for your information, does have a penalty, which we talked
And
about.
reward.
It's a standard, I think it's 1,500.
1,500 is the reward max.
That's what we reward if they complete it prior to.
and
What's the
it's
penalty?
$200.
$200 a day.
Okay,
No max.
Yeah.
no max.
No max.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes,
Commissioner Blue?
Yes. Then we have the W.W. Granger invoice payable. Can I have a motion to approve the W.W. Granger invoice in the amount of $273.30?
So moved.
second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes,
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes. Next up, we have commissioner comments. Commissioner Robbins, anything?
No, nothing.
Commissioner Kessler?
nothing.
I have a couple this evening. First of all, I would like to congratulate Jeff Steingart as well on his retirement. I've known Jeff since we opened the pool in 1993. And he was very helpful back when he was, I don't even know what position he was back then, but he was very helpful in setting up all the emergency procedures. And he's been a good friend of the Park District since then, and we will miss him. So congratulations, Jeff. And then secondly, on a sadder note, just recently we lost a good friend and supporter of the Park District, Dennis Skidmore, who was a commissioner from 1981 to 93, and again from 99 to 2005. Passed suddenly this past week, and I'd like to express my sincere thoughts to his family. I've known Dennis for a very, very long time. A really good guy, a very big supporter of our district. I know he's very supportive of staff. And he'll be sorely missed. So just want to let everyone know. And our thoughts and prayers are with his family. Thanks. And with that, I need a motion to close this portion of the meeting to the public and convene in closed session under Section 2C21 of the Illinois Open Meetings Act for the purpose of discussing the semi-annual review, approval, and/or release of closed session minutes and destruction of audio tapes, and also under Section 2C11 pending or probable or imminent litigation against, affecting, or on behalf of the district.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Blue?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Kessler?
Yes.
All right, we're going into closed session. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.